Hi you guys, this video is talking about how to divide by a two-digit divisor. If you're following along in McGraw-Hill for 5th grade math, we are just beginning chapter 4, but we're still working with division. So don't forget all those nice tricks and lessons you learned back in chapter 3 because it really applies to chapter 4. Definitely set up your Does McDonald's sell burgers regularly? Yes, they do. And that's why this is such a lovely thing to help us. If you can follow these steps, you're going to be just fine. So what's changed when we talk about a two-digit divisor? This is the divisor. It's no longer single digit, it's double digit. That doesn't mean we do anything different. It just means that we're working with bigger numbers, but you might find that it's still pretty easy because we're going to look at these numbers together. Okay, so I have to see, I'm going to divide. Can 76 go into an 8? Definitely not. Way too big. 76 is way bigger than 8. Can 76 go into 83? Well, 83 is bigger than 76, so absolutely, and it can just fit into it once. So we're going to put a 1. Remember our lesson on where to place the first digit. Now that we divided the 83 by 76, the 1 has to go above the 3. Now we multiply. 1 times 76 is 76. Then we subtract. So this is where it's also going to get a little bit longer. We're going to be doing more subtraction by borrowing. So I cross out the 8 and make it a 7 and carry the 10 over to my 3. So now I have 13 minus 6, which is 7. And 7 minus 7 is 0. Now bring down. Bring down one digit at a time, and it happens to be a 6. Ooh, look at that. What's 76 divided by 76? It's 1. Because 1 times 76 is 76. And 76 minus 76 is 0. And so now we're all done. Our answer is 11. Let's go ahead and do another example. We're going to do 624 divided by 42. 624 divided by 42. So this is going to give us an example with a remainder, because even if we get remainders, that's okay. It's still going to go through the same steps. Okay, 42 cannot fit into a 6. Way too big. But 42 can go into a 62, and it can go into it once. How do I know it's only once? Well, if I did 42 times 1, that's 42. So far, so good. What if I did 42 times 2? That would give me 84. That's way too big. So that's why 42 can only go into it once. Remember, where do we place the digit? It goes above the 2 because we're working with 62. Now we multiply. 1 times 42 is 42. Next step is subtraction. So go ahead and subtract. Don't forget to write your symbol and your line. 2 minus 2 is 0. 6 minus 4 is 2. Even though I'm left with 20, you still have to bring down the very next digit, which happens to be a 4. Okay, we're working with bigger numbers, but bear with me, don't give up. We are going to now repeat and divide. So now I'm thinking, how many times can 42 go into 204? This is going to require some multiplication. So I know that 42 times 2 is 84, but I'm trying to get up to 204. So let's bump it up a bit. What if we did, and I'm going to start stacking it, what if we did 42 times 6? I'm just going to throw out a number and see what happens. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 1 is 25. Ooh, look at that. So 42 times 6 is 252. That is too high. I'm only able to get up to a 204. So 6 is too high. So let's go down. Let's try 42 times 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 1 is 21. Ooh, 210 is very close to 204, but it's still too big. So it's got to be 4 times. Let's see what 42 times 4 is. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 4 is 16. So that's the most it can go in, because remember 5 times was too big. So the most 42 can fit into a 204 is 4 times. So place your 4. And now we multiply. 4 times 42 is 168. Now we still subtract. Okay, notice that we have to borrow, right? So I need to borrow, but I can't borrow from a 0, so I have to come all the way over here to the 2, cross it out, and make it a 1. That bumps the 10 over here. I need to cross that out, make it a 9, and then bump the 10 over to here. So now I have 14 minus 8. 14 minus 8 is 6. 9 minus 6 is 3. And 1 minus 1 is 0. Then bring down. Oh, I don't have anything to bring down. So my answer is 14, remainder 36. What a funky answer, but it does work, and that is the correct answer. So those are 2 examples on how to divide with a 2-digit divisor. Follow your steps, show your work, not just because you have to, but because it's going to help you do it the right way. All right, you guys, I hope that helps you out with whatever you're working on.